Hello, everybody. Welcome to Perfectly Me, Christy. I am Christy, and I am hopping in to do my weekly check-in. I am on a 52-week health journey. I just completed day 80, or I'm on day 85, and I just completed week 12 of my 52-week health journey. Many of you know I am following Marcy over at Scho.Fit, SCHO.FIT. She has amazing content, lots of exercise videos. She does little challenges and a lot of great health talks. So great information over there. If you're looking to hop into a health journey, it's a great starting point. So I highly encourage you going over there, giving her a like and subscribing for some amazing content. Today, I'm getting super excited. We are fast approaching the 1st, so I'm really looking forward to doing my measurements. I am like today, I'm wearing a shirt that I wouldn't have been able to wear for quite a long time. I don't even know when the last time I wore this shirt, years ago. So I was really excited. It's like I'm gaining a whole new wardrobe going through this process. So that's kind of fun. I'm still keeping up on my walking, my 5 to 6 miles a day. I actually got a little alert email yesterday morning that was like the Great Wall badge or something from Fitbit, which was like I completed 5,500 miles. So when we get doing just our daily task, it's easy to not realize like what that really means. And I do love my Fitbit for that reason. I like to analyze and see what I did in the month or what I've done so far on this journey or what I do weekly or daily. So that was kind of cool. So basically I would have been able to walk around the Great Wall of China or something. How many times, I don't know. But anyway, I just thought that was kind of fun and exciting. So just a little award to myself. I also had a pretty good breakthrough. I'm really super blessed that I get to spend a couple days a week with my dad. He comes out to our house and I get to spend a couple of days with him a week throughout the week. And he on last Friday, I like to try and walk when he's leaving, and it works out to be like a half a mile turnaround or whatever. So when he was driving up on me, he was like, "Hey, how does it feel to be losing weight?" And I was like, well, actually I'd woke up that morning and the scale weighed more than what I even started out my journey with. And that's why I haven't been trying to focus on that number on the scale because it would totally sabotage me. But he's like, yeah, you're losing weight. You can totally tell. And I know that is true. I'm losing major inches. My clothes are super baggy. I'm wearing clothes that I haven't been able to wear for a really long time. I did a side-by-side of day 1 to day 82 or whatever, our day 78 last week. I did a side-by-side comparison and it was like night and day. So, if you're struggling, I suggest you do those things so you don't just get discouraged and, lose track of your goal. But through that process, my dad likes to constantly ask like, oh, are you still walking? Are you getting in your steps? Are you eating healthy, whatever. And I know it's his way of encouraging, but once I started really thinking about it this last week, I've always known about the comments and stuff that I was raised around and expectations to look a certain way or whatever. And a lot of that came from the women in my life. And I think just as a female to another female, you just kind of process it differently. But I really started thinking about my dad and, he's such an important piece of my life and I really value, and you want to make your parents proud or whatever. And weight is a big thing for my dad. And he always has, thought that women should be thin and healthy and all of that. And so I think that's always been something, as maybe I was disappointing my father because I wasn't in this ideal body image that he has placed what he thinks is appropriate for a woman's health. So we had a pretty good conversation yesterday. And I really feel like he had some aha moments. And I just kind of explained some stuff to him, and I think he really realizes. I'm like, Dad, I don't think you realize. I'm like, Dad, you've been with me my whole life. You know how I eat, you know the energy that I put into trying to be a healthy person. It's not like I'm just feeding him a line of bullshit. I mean, he physically sees it. And he, over the last year, we had 2 years ago worked on some extreme projects around our property, really extreme projects, a lot of physical labor, and him and I were doing a majority of that. And I was having a problem, still dropping the weight. And, he was like, I don't understand. Like, I see you're like side by side with me. We're hauling all this rock. We're, all the stuff that we were doing, crazy. And he's like, you should have lost like 100 pounds by now. And I'm like, yes, Dad, I know. This has been the story my whole life. So, we kind of went back to that yesterday, and I was like, Dad, remember when we did all the property work? And you even said, like, this makes no sense. I was like, that is what I deal with on a daily basis. It's truly not a joke when I say I work so hard not to be 500 pounds. It's literally a full-time job for me not to be 500 pounds. And I know there's just something that needs to be tweaked. And I know that a lot of that is that mental piece for me. So, I basically was just like, you know what? I need to acknowledge some past stuff and have some real conversations with the future. And in my head, I need to realize that I need to have a different relationship with my father regarding this subject matter, because if we continue to have that past relationship that we've always had, I'm never going to be able to approach the future of how I need my future to be. And I need him to be supportive and on that same exact path that I'm on. And, I don't think he ever thought of it that way. I don't think he ever thought of it as anything other than trying to be encouraging. But I think he has a better understanding now. So I feel really good about that. And I just feel like, a part of me just, I don't have the heaviness that sometimes just comes with stuff that we really don't realize is so heavy until we start really working on them. And then it's like, oh, wow, this is a huge piece of the puzzle that I just didn't realize was that big of a piece of the puzzle. So I feel really blessed that I'm getting to those sections of my life. I keep saying how I'm unpeeling the layers, and this was just another layer. And to be able to actually have that conversation with my father as an adult and just saying, like, this is what I need, and where we've been in the past really affects me in a negative way. I understand you're trying to be encouraging, and I'm trying to take that on as you being encouraging and loving and wanting me to be healthy, but it's actually affecting me in a negative way, that I didn't even realize that I was just storing up in me. So that's what I got for this week. I'm excited for the first. I'm going to be taking my measurements. So next Monday when I'm come on, I'll be able to talk about that. So have an amazing week, and I will see you guys next week.